Welcome to the Hidden Driveway Show. I'm your host, Amu, and joining me today we have a very special guest, Heartstop Miami. If you'd like to introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm HEARTSTOP Miami. Shit, I haven't really introduced myself like that on these. Yeah, I'm HEARTSTOP Miami, and I'm very excited to do this interview.
Well, I'm
Let's do
very
it.
excited too because I've been listening to you for a long time, so very cool that I get to do this. But I guess to get us started, is there anything that you want to talk about? Is there anything on your mind right now?
You're gonna be hearing my smoke detector with no batteries in it go beep every like 30 seconds. Uh, what else, bruh? Shit, I'm back home. I just came back from a tour. I just dropped a tape. I don't really know. It's a lot of things on my mind, really. But yeah, I'm just happy to be back home. I've been home for like the past maybe 4 days, 5 days.
Yeah, because
Just like I feel relaxed. It's
mm-hmm,
been a it's been a it's been a crazy dopamine bender that I've been on since like the little bit since like the start of the tour.
mm-hmm.
Uh, it's pretty insane.
Yeah, because I know Nick told me you went to Miami like after tour was over, so like you were like you didn't go home for a while.
Yeah, because I live in Atlanta now,
Mm-hmm.
and the last stop of the tour was Miami, and I stayed in Miami for like 2 weeks, and I was there for a while. So yeah, it was pretty crazy.
Yeah, I guess like I also was in my mind of this too, but like now that you've like been home, like what have you been doing to just like chill out and like rest? Like now that you don't have to like constantly be out doing stuff.
Oh, bruh, like I miss the hell out of my like not to sound like a nerd, but I love my computer, bruh. I make beats on here. I be making my all my music. It's
Mm-hmm.
just on this thing right in front of me. And I just love to just flesh out all the hobbies that I have on this. And my alone time is something that I really hold to some level of importance. I feel like because after I have moments like those where I just be outside for a long ass time, I want to come back home and put all of those experience into my alone time somehow, whether it's like drawing or like rapping or making beats.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, one thing I was wondering was like, did y'all make any music on tour, or was it just so busy that there was like no time to do that?
We made a few beats together, some of us. I know that while we were stopped I think a little bit before Pittsburgh or maybe to Richmond. I think that I made like two beats on tour. Around that time, I made a beat with Yamamaya, and then I made a beat with Mental.
Mm-hmm.
And then when we got to Atlanta, me and Dorian made like two beats. That's when really everyone started cooking because we all went back to my crib. We all went back here, and we was just like right here in my room just making beats. And I would say this stop is where everyone lost the most of their things because everyone just got like we were all like computer. Like we were all like we have a computer. We can make beats. You know what I'm saying? So that's why everyone got distracted and shit. But it was really only beats. Nobody really recorded music. It wasn't until I stayed in Miami for like those 2 extra weeks where I got to make some songs.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, one song. I don't know why I'm saying songs. It was one fucking song.
Yeah, because when did you start producing also? Because I know that's like a more recent thing for you.
Yeah, definitely. I've always been rapping, but making beats started for like okay, actually, I feel like nobody really knows this, but like in 2018 is when I got FL for the first time. I've been rapping since like I was 12,
Mm-hmm.
and that was like what, like 2016 maybe. I don't remember exactly, but it was long ass time ago. I started rapping then. I started using Audacity, and that is not a good DAW. I'm sorry. It's a good way to like record your mic sometimes, but like I went after that. I was like, yo, I hate this shit. My friend showed me FL. I was like, whoa. So I started using that, but I would only use it to mix my vocals because I didn't know how to make beats. And sometimes I wish that like I started off on FL in like 2016 or something because that period of trying to learn how to make beats took me like maybe 4 fucking years. I've fully started grinding on beats. Like I made my first serious, like genuine beat in like late November 2023, and I haven't stopped since then. Usually, it was like I'd make one beat a year all the time. Like I would never try, and then I tried it in 2023, and I was like, not bad, and I kept going, and I got pretty good quickly. Like 2023, I had some crazy beats in there, as well as like early 2024. Like I was already goaded by like the March 2024 era of my beats. Like that's when I made a lot of the Meow 2 beats during that time. But like the ones that are brought me on that tape,
Mm-hmm.
you know what I'm saying? I don't know. I got pretty good fast, and I think that's just because like I've already was so used to FL, like mixing wise, like my vocals. Then when it came to like making beats, I was just fast with it because I know how to get around the DAW, and I know how to like I just know how to like use it for real. So I already got that tempo in me because like I
Mm-hmm.
be rapping and stuff, and I know what I like to hear. So I just like it just clicked. It was crazy.
Yeah. Plus, you already have so many like rapper producer friends that it's like if you did need help, like know exactly where to go.
Yeah, exactly. I think the ones who inspired me the most when making beats was like Dorian and Baby Azul,
Mm-hmm.
and then like I just found my own sound from there. It was pretty cool.
Yeah. I guess to get into like how I learned about you like initially to go like all the way back because I was introduced to the scene back in like early 2021, and again like that's such like a huge like umbrella of like stuff to find out about. So I was trying to like make it easier for myself, look at like the collectives because that's like you kind of launch off from there. So I was looking at like Nova Gang and like Gravemind and stuff, but then I also saw PlanetZero, which had like like tropes like Mason like Sammy in it, and then you were also in there. So I was listening to like everyone's stuff, and I think it's been really
That's
cool following you for like this long because like I think you've really like found your sound since then. Cause like comparing like early
yeah.
2020 to now, it's like a completely different artist pretty much in terms of like what you're doing.
No, that's just like all that time from 2021 until now, or maybe until like the past 2 years has been nothing but pure like soul searching. A lot of people tell me that it's like pretty evident in my music. It's almost like I'm a fucking like I don't know. There's a word that I in my head that I can't think of. I'm blanking. I'm drawing a blank, but I don't know. People always constantly tell me that like my growth is very evident
Mm-hmm.
because I feel like it's not even with just like my music getting better, but it's also like it's almost like changing as like the person I am. I don't know how to describe it. I see it a lot of the time. It's kind of embarrassing when you look back because it's just like when you get into like or when you grow up a bit and you see who you were, you're like kind of like damn. All it took was just experience to make me not or like know what I was trying to do in that moment. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? It's just crazy how time works. I think about it all the time, no pun intended.
Yeah, but it's
Uh,
just like perspective. But I don't know, cause like you were, I know you've always described yourself as more of a rapper, anyways. But like comparing you like trying to hop on like digicore beats to like now it definitely feels like you. I feel like before it was like you were doing like the thing at the time, and now you have like your own thing that you do.
it's crazy that you say that because I've had to really fight for like the ground that I'm in now because the same way how you just said like people were hopping on digicore and like people want to call it hyperpop like back then people were doing it because it was the thing. I'm not gonna lie, I had a lot of friends that was hopping on these really cool beats, and I won't lie, the digicore beats were pretty cool. Like some of them, like old Ellen's type beats, and some of them Vinso type. Yo, Vinso and Red Priest type beats were like crazy, and I never even hit those type of beats. I was just like trying to put my foot in that direction, just trying shit out because I'm always, especially back then, I was super like open. I was getting this open mindedness for the first time, and I'm like with music, and I'm like, hey, bro, I gotta try out. I gotta experiment. You know what I'm saying? I was trying to be super experimental back in the day. I dropped my first album, Disorient, and then I hate that album now, but I respect it because I was really trying to experiment, and without that album, I would not have learned how to mix and master my music. I literally spent like months just learning new things, and it was cool. But you're right, it wasn't me. And then when I started getting more comfortable taking steps back and like coming into this music shit or like doing this music shit in the same way that I came into where I was like I want to rap mixed with the things that I've learned. It's people was telling me like, "Hey, bro, you're not even a rapper for real. Like, you just trying to rap now. You was doing pop back then. Like, fuck you. No, I was trying pop, but I've always been a rapper. Like, yo, and that's the craziest shit that I've had to deal with. Like from that shit. I don't know. But
Yeah,
you're right.
because
Like,
I feel like you're experimenting a lot back then. Like, I think it's gone now. There's a song like "In My Head," which is just like a rock song, like straight up. Like, you would not do that now, like at all.
bro. But I was like really trying. I don't know.
Mm-hmm.
I was just like I had the idea. I was like, I've always loved emo music. I feel like the thing that I wanted to I would have made that song now like so much more different. It would have just been like a loop and I put a beat over it. You
Mm-hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like, but that song, bro, that's a deep cut. Oh my fucking god. Like, people don't even know what we're talking about, probably. Bro, that shit was such a 16-year-old thing for me to do. Like I found I had the melody in my head and I couldn't produce yet, but I had the idea in my head and I told my boy from school, who I used to tell people was my cousin because we looked alike. I told him to just come home and like I put the mic right next to that fucking amp and he played it. And then I had another homie put an EDM drop on it. I was like just experiment. I was trying shit out. This was what I would do because I didn't technically know how to produce. I heard things in my head. It's like being a producer. It's like almost like you're schizophrenic, but like music. Like it's crazy.
Yeah, I feel like that'd be so freeing now though, because you can fully like, I guess like live out like what you're trying to do, like the idea you have, you can just do it now yourself.
Exactly. It's all I needed was the experience. And like I was able to really weed out what's an idea that I know I can put down, what's an idea like I'm supposed to put down. You know what I'm saying? Like
Mm-hmm.
I'm really not trying to sound like them corny producers on podcasts and shit, but like it's really magical that I learned how to like produce. It's one of my favorite things that I've done for myself in this
Mm-hmm.
music stuff because I can't wait to keep self-prodding some of my newer music. It's pretty awesome.
But now that you're at like where you are today, they're like, what do you think are some of your biggest influences, just like through the course of like your career? Because I feel like there's like a very wide variety in terms of like what you've made.
Definitely. I always hate getting this question because I'm never prepared. But like as far as the underground goes, there are so many. And I can only really think of like mainstream rappers that have like really influenced my sound amongst the underground ones. Because when it comes to the underground ones, there's so many more than the mainstream ones. So I, like the mainstream ones is easy to make like a Mount Rushmore for myself. And I always tell people, I think I had that interview like probably like during the tour. Someone did a little interview for me, and they asked me this. I think they asked me like my Mount Rushmore, or I told them my Mount Rushmore, and like I essentially was saying in no order, by the way. Future, Thug, Lil Wayne, and Chief Keef. I feel like they really influence my lyricisms, my flows, my cadences, and the type of beats that I be hitting. Ironically, like maybe the vibes of them. But like people that aren't popular like that, it be just random deep cuts. I'd have to like look.
I mean,
But
I
like
feel like 454 is the most like obvious one, right?
that one is pretty obvious. I was gonna say that one, but I feel like I've been saying him because
Mm-hmm.
that's like the go-to one. I can be like, I can name him. Squills is like one of my goats, like for
Mm-hmm.
real. When I found out that Squills and 454 was the same person, I felt like a fucking idiot. Cause I remember Squills from YouTube beats, like real shit. Like that
Mm-hmm.
that was back in the day. I used to not know any producers, so I would go on YouTube and rap on beats, freestyle on beats. It was Squills beats. A lot of them was like I would like just play them and like rap over them and do the like try to do the Playboy Cardi flows. It was crazy. But yeah, 454 really is inspiring, I think, for my music. I try not to make my shit sound like his too, but like it's pretty hard because we both from Florida. But you know, That one's one of them. Polo Perks is one of them, especially that like 2021 era of his. And no lie, 2022, like he was going crazy too. Bro, there's so many others. Like I'm really like
I know you said like
crazy
Wildin
right
in the
now.
past, right?
Oh, Wylan, bro. I call him what do I call him? Fuck. He has
I
like
used to say
three different
Waylon
ways
for
to
like the
pronounce him.
longest time.
I think I started out saying Waylon too, but I think it is Wylan. Okay, yeah, Wylan. Bro, no lie. I used to be the craziest Wylan fan, bro. That was a real big part of my life. It's not that I don't like his music anymore. It's just that you know me, I'm a trap baby. So like all that old shit that he was on, I was bumping that,
Hmm.
and I just kind of fell off with the pop shit. I didn't really listen to that. But yeah, that one doesn't really inspire my new shit though. Like that was really like when I was like first rapping on Hardstyle Miami and I was doing like plug songs and stuff. Like it was because of him. It was because of so many others. Man, I wish I could draw my influences like better on the spot. But yeah, dude, it was a lot of them. I promise I listen to music. I just can't really name them. I don't want to go through my Spotify. I don't want to be one of them.
Yeah, plus like I'm sure like your friends also, just because like you're around them so much.
Yeah, definitely. I know Azul. I already said Azul and Dorian inspire my beats a lot. But like, yeah, my friends definitely. I think I probably grab a lot of inspiration without me knowing from tropes. So it's it's a crazy, crazy world.
Would you say like, do you think being from Florida has had like a big influence, especially like I know you had like the whole like K2 like squad of people also, so like I'm sure that's probably like part of it.
Yo, shout out K2. Yeah, I was in that for a minute. I left, but they're all still like my dogs for real. Like
Hmm.
I literally spent like the whole 2 weeks in Miami. I was there hanging out with them. And your question was, sorry, what?
I guess being from Florida, because like I know like I saw in a different interview, you were like trying to be kind of like involved in like the scene over there, like learning about stuff. So
Right. You saying trying to be involved, or is being from Florida like has done something for my sound?
I guess both, because like I saw you said you were like going to clubs and like studying like the sounds there to try to like put it on your music a little bit.
That is true. I was doing that. And to be fair, it did help. I go to bars. I go to like open mic nights. I literally was doing that while I was in Miami recently. I would go to a bunch of raves in like 2022. That's how it started. I started listening to a lot of those musics that they would play, and I'm like, all right, what are people liking, and what is the things that I like from this that I could use to
Hmm.
my advantage. And none of it is evident yet in my music, but there's a lot of stuff that I take and put in my beats, especially when like I be at shows and I hear, or especially like open mic nights, or damn, I'm spilling sauce right now, but I don't give a fuck. I pull out my phone, I take a voice memo, and I'm like, I'm planning to sample it or whatever I'm hearing. I'd be sampling shit like in real life, in real time. Like I just
Hmm.
take it because I'm like, what the fuck? Why? I'm not gonna Shazam this shit right now. It's gonna go away. So I just did it. Especially if it's like a live song that's like freestyled. Like I took a crazy voice memo with these people just jamming out, and like they don't even know what they did that was so hard, and I just have it saved on my phone, and I don't even do anything with it. I just listen to it.
Hmm.
It's just shit like that. Like I don't know. But yeah, do be studying like the shit that they like at the clubs. I've been making some Miami bass songs, even though they don't be playing that at clubs no more. But I've been studying some Miami bass songs because I want to get better at producing and shit like that, so I can maybe rap on those. You know, just anything that I can get bouncy with. You know what I'm saying?
I mean, I feel like it shows though, because like I feel like the key thing with your music is that's always been very just like bouncy and like fun. I think maybe a little
Yeah,
less so with like your most recent tape, but like generally like that's what I think of like with your music is like those two things.
that's so interesting because everyone also says that they a lot of people listen to my music to feel good and like it makes them feel good or it makes them really happy. And I guess it's just like I guess I do make them catchy, but it's like, bro, I be thinking that my songs are the saddest shit ever when the whole time people are vibing. And I'm like, I gotta go sadder.
Mm-hmm.
That's why I made Sic Parvis.
Yeah.
Yeah, bro. I don't understand it. Like Dead Already. I want to hear your opinion. Actually, did you listen to Dead Already?
Yeah.
Do you think that's a sad album?
I mean, I think like some of the songs on there, yeah, but like the majority of it, no. But also that was my I'm like walking between classes music like at college. I was like bumping that, so it's like I'm not really thinking about like what's happening
Bro,
during
that's
it.
crazy. Bro, like Queen Betty is a happy song to people. Would you agree? Queen Betty. That's the
Is that like the?
Sophia the first on the original or some shit like that.
I gotta look at the track this again. Hold on.
It's okay. I'm no shame. I release too
Oh,
much
I
music.
mean, I always thought it was like a kind of like a sleepy song because it sounds so like dreamy. Like that's what I think. I don't really think about what you're saying on that one, honestly.
Well, honestly, I'm not upset with people hearing those as like happy songs because I forgot that I be doing that shit on purpose, like making a song in contexts that like you could listen to it while you're sad and while you're happy.
Mm.
You know what? Circling back to our other conversation, I was talking about inspirations. I can name one that I just remembered. Lucky, Lucky has a very great way of blending a banger and also like a sad song,
Hmm.
and it's with two things. It's two factors that are kind of juxtapositions of each other. I feel like it's kind of like the if the melody is sad, the drums are gonna be hype and like bouncy, but then the flow gonna be a little bit. No, the flow gonna be hard, but the lyrics gonna be sad too. And then if it's gonna be the other way around, if the beat is hard as fuck, then he's rapping sad. Or if the beat is sad as fuck, then he's rapping hard. And it's like you get this vibe now that it's like I can turn this on when I want to go crazy, and
Hmm.
I'm feeling like good about myself. I could also listen to the same song when I'm feeling like shit. And it's like, yo, when I noticed that he was doing that in like 21 or like maybe even 2020. I've been listening to Lucky for way too long now. When I noticed that like that's what he was doing, and it might not even be intentional, but when I noticed that that's the feeling that I was getting from his music, that's like I can listen to this happy and sad. I can listen to this mad. I can listen to this in so many different contexts of emotions, and I was like, I want that for my music.
Hmm.
I want to do that shit. Okay, and I think I've achieved it.
Yeah, I feel like I know you like that album. I think with Disorient, it was more clear with that one with the lyrics because the beats aren't as like happy necessarily. Like they're hard, but they're not like happy on that one. I feel like the melodies in Dead Ray are so like bright that like you don't really notice a lot of the time.
I mean, that is such a different process. Of that album specifically was like the first one that changed my process of how I made a project.
Hmm.
Because it was like up to that point, every project I made was very conceptual. There was a lot of planning that went in before I was making the songs. And then that already happened. It was just Dorian sending beats like every 3 days. It's like I'm talking beats, like rows of beats. Like that motherfucker got to work. They was hungry. We was hungry. And bruh, like I was just like, fuck it, bro. These are all so hard. And I would just freestyle. And then by the time before I realized I just had a little tape sitting. Like I was like, I grabbed a few of them and I put them all together. I was like, this gonna be an album. Like these all sound crazy together.
Hmm.
And it was very not cohesive, but cohesive at the same time. I don't know how to describe it. Um,
I think just because it's all like production, like the vibe is very consistent like throughout, even though it wasn't
yeah,
intentional.
that's another thing too. I was like working with one producer on a thing was kind of really fun because it gave it this cohesiveness, even though it wasn't. And yeah, like I guess mentally I picked out a lot of like the beats that make me feel like the happy and sad shit, you know? If it's like melancholy but also like especially with like them sad drill beats that Dorian
Hmm.
used to do.
Yeah.
And it's just crazy. Like it was crazy. This that is probably my favorite song off that because of that.
I think when it first came out, Sunset Out was my favorite, which is like that's like everyone's favorite off that one, I think. But like
Yeah.
this that I've gone back to a lot recently.
Kind of regret not doing that one on tour. I didn't do Suns Die Down. I feel bad about that.
Also, like for the deluxe of that, like were those just like leftovers, or did you make them after? Because like I feel like those songs are like just as good, if not better, than like the original.
Some of them were leftovers. Some of them were made after, and that's essentially what that was. But here's one thing I can tell you: Dead Already was made drunk, like all of it.
Mm-hmm.
I was like very deep into this like alcohol phase, and after I had stopped working on it, I decided I'm gonna stop drinking. I don't want to drink anymore because I had like big ass bottles and I'd take shots all the time. TMI. But I would just like I'm done. I'm not gonna drink like that. I was still gonna drink, but I'm not gonna keep abusing this. And then I went and just abused the za. And then I made K.A.S.O.B. like a month or two later. I started recording again, and I made K.A.S.O.B. all of those songs I made high. So that already was made drunk. K.A.S.O.B. was made high, with a few exceptions of the songs that were leftovers from the times that I was just cooking up with Dorian, and I just didn't have those like anywhere. But a lot of them were demos that I just re-hit. So it's like they started off like either drunk or sober, but I came in that bitch zooted. So I think of K-Sob and Dead already as like the geeker, the geeker tapes, the gonk tapes, bro. I just I was fried the whole time.
Yeah, I don't know. With like K-Stop, the I'm always so impressed by that because I feel like with deluxe projects, they're usually like the scraps that the artists didn't like care about as much. But like that tape is like just as good, if not like better than the
I
original to
think it's
me.
better. I think it's better. And thank you for that, by the way. I often get into this habit of talking about my music like I didn't make it, because I really just like I'm damn near a listener as well. But K-Sob K-Sob is better than that already, and that was my first time doing a deluxe, so I didn't realize how many people were gonna fuck with it, and so I just kept doing it. I'm like, deluxes are hard, but I didn't do them this year.
Honestly, that's why the tape this year is like full album length because you just wanted to do all in one.
Yeah, it's a mixtape. People keep calling it an album, but it's a mixtape for sure.
Mm-hmm.
It do feel like an album, but I think it's more of a mixtape for me. That one's just self-contained for real. It's not gonna have a deluxe or anything. But I think deluxes are really cool and smart way to keep promoting your album. I feel like nobody in the underground really does deluxes, and if they do, I would even argue like nobody even does deluxes. Period. In the way that I did the one with K-Sob, because it was just like its own separate project for real. Like I have seen people do that,
Mm-hmm.
but people usually just put out a deluxe and it's like maybe like four extra songs, five if you're lucky. The cover art's the same, and like it's kind of less like I don't know, bro. It doesn't feel worthy of that being a deluxe because it's just like you didn't even really do anything.
It's just for more sales. Like that's all it is. Like I think when
Yeah,
like Trip and I came out, he was like teasing that song with Drake, and then it wasn't on there. And like the day after, he dropped the one with Drake as a separate album, so people would listen to it again, which is like so stupid.
that to me don't make no sense. I feel like there's still a way you can boost your album sales and also give people something worthy of their money and time.
Mm-hmm.
And I don't know. I was just like make a whole other project, and that's the deluxe. Like fuck it. And I feel like I did the same thing with the Shamu Kalamita. I wasn't actually gonna give it a deluxe at first, but I started working on Meow too, and I'm like, this shit needs to drop now. This shit needs to drop now. And so I made that the deluxe for it. And I was like, I don't know how people are gonna react to this, but no one really liked the first Meow. Like no one really like paid attention to it. And so I think dropping a Meow 2 on them was just cool.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I love
Yeah.
how you made like all the little like voice notes on that one too. Like it felt very cohesive. Although like it being a deluxe of like Show Company is kind of weird just because it is a completely different project that has like nothing to do with the first one.
I
But
know, bro. I'm a piece of shit. Nah, I'm just playing. Nah, I just posted on my story like, yo, show me y'all's cats because I wanted to see the cats. But then I was also like, whoever was really passionate about their cat when they sent me it, I asked them if they wanted to talk about their cat for the tape, and I ended up with like the next day, just my phone was blown up with like a bunch of people like, yes, I want to do this, and I was like, yeah, bet, and I got all them people on the tape, bro, just talk about their pets, cause like, who doesn't want to talk about their cat? I don't know. I feel like if you love your cat, like you would have done it. Like I don't know,
Mm-hmm.
it just made sense, and I wanted to go better, bigger and better for Meow too as well, like. I don't know, two meow tags on each track instead of just the one, and then the pet cat voice messages. I got my favorite YouTuber on that, like my favorite YouTuber who I won't say because he's so niche and I want to gatekeep because fuck it. I've known him since I was like in the third grade. That just shows how long I've been on the internet. Not really. I was only on YouTube, but like I was just watching his content and then I kind of grew up with it, and he never blew up. He never had no motion. He just stayed kind of. I don't want to say small to like fuck with him or like belittle him, but he didn't like blow up in YouTube standards nowadays.
Mm-hmm.
So when I saw that he wanted to, like I asked him, and he was like, "Yeah, I'm down," because I know he has a cat, and he wanted to do it, and I felt so happy. So that tape is fire, man. Like I'm definitely gonna do a Meow 3. Definitely.
Yeah. So I feel like it's pretty clear that I mean talking about it, but I'm a big fan of your music, right? But unfortunately, I'm in Texas, so normally I won't be able to see you perform like ever because it's either in Miami, it's in New York sometimes, or well, no, you were trying to and it didn't work out, or it's in like Canada, and I'm nowhere near like any of those. So I was like, I guess I'm just never seeing you live. But I got lucky this year because in July I went to New York to attend the Camera Sonora
Ooh.
show, which is a show being put on by a bunch of other artists I've interviewed before, like Chapters 226. So I know you know, Bappy, Young ZZ Kill Me, and I ended up staying the week just hanging out with everyone because like I don't see these people ever. And coincidentally, y'all are going on tour the same time, and you had a show in New York the same week we were there. So like, well, we have to go to this. Um,
I saw you there. That was fire.
that was just a very like I guess surreal experience because it's like people I never even like thought I would like see because I'm already like with my friends and then seeing a bunch of like artists I really fuck with like perform at the same time. Like it just felt like a dream almost like while I was there because there was just so much happening.
Did you know like that was happening, or it just like while you were there you saw that the
No,
event
we
was
know like
happening?
we knew when we were planning the trip, but it was like we were already going that week, and it just happened to be like the same week.
That's so crazy. I hope you enjoyed it. I think I don't know if I asked you there, but I hope you enjoyed the performances.
No, I had a lot of fun. Although that was my third show that week, so I was like exhausted afterwards. Like I don't know how y'all are doing it because like I was tired after just going to the shows and y'all were performing. And you were still like doing that with that much energy every night. So
Tour was so exhausting, man. I had like booked a full massage as soon as I came back to Miami. Christ, like I had real like crazy energy. Just like it was just wild. But you honestly saw my favorite night of the tour. Like you got to see that. New York was my favorite. I really loved performing at AA. That was like
yeah,
I could die after that. That was like peak. That's when I knew like that everything that I've been doing up until that moment made sense, and I've been doing something right. Bro, when everybody was just clapping along to that drop on AA, I was like, whoa, this shit hard. I was so happy. I'm super happy with New York.
yeah. I was wondering that because I don't know if I just have the most turn crowds ever, but every show I go to, they're always like, "This is the best stop on tour" every time. So I don't know if they're just saying that to say it or if they really mean it. So I'm glad that was like your
Well,
favorite.
where have you gone every time?
Well, I go to shows in Austin because we go to college.
I won't lie, I've heard stories about how Austin is lit. Austin crowds apparently be killing it. I've never seen it for myself, but if it wasn't for New York, my favorite set or my favorite stop on the tour would have been Pittsburgh. Pittsburgh was crazy, and people got to tap in with them because they really like blow shit up at your show. they will really like go turn. Like they're hard, bro. I really appreciated the love that they showed for real.
But yeah, I guess just like how is being on tour and like, cause I'm assuming like I know Azul was working on the tour in like February, so like did he approach you about it and you're like I gotta do this or like
Bro, I've been hearing about this tour that they've been wanting to do since last summer. They've been planning it for a very long time, and you know, some say I'm a pessimist, but I just consider it like I'm too real, and I get how people be during expectational shit, and so like I'm so used to being disappointed all the time. So like when they would keep talking about this, I would just be like, I wouldn't be excited because they were very excited all the time talking
mm-hmm.
about it. But I was always under the impression like something's gonna go wrong, like just like off rip, and it just got closer and closer, and they showed more progress and more progress. I'm like, I think around February, I was like, yo, this shit is actually gonna happen. This shit really finna happen, because these venues was getting back to us and shit. And we're like, whoa, did we just DIY a tour in the summer, bro? Not to hype myself up, but like that's pretty crazy for like a bunch of people to do, and it was all Azul. So Azul is the goat for real.
Yeah, I guess like I was told that Escumbi was something on the tour. Do you want to explain what that was?
Who the fuck told you about Escumbi? Was that Departed? Tell the truth.
Mm.
Oh my god, yo, fuck, yo, Departed. You watching this? Fuck you, bro. You about to have me explain Escumbi on this shit, dude. Oh my god. All right, so I can literally tell you the origins of Escumbi. This is about to be. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
Brain rot, bro. Okay, so just to inform you really quick, Miami accents are a real thing. I have one. So does so does Departed, and so does our other two friends, Carlos and Migs. Oh wait, let me say their artist names to give them some little shout out. Tudomo and Lane, Layn. I'm just gonna call them by their names. But Migs, who's Tudomo, Migs was like, I guess they were like all high in the car, and one of them said, "Scooby Doo," like, like it was probably Migs or it was probably Carlos. I don't remember, but the other one heard, "Did you just say Escumbi?" And then the other one was like, "No, I said Scooby Doo." "No, you said Escumbi, Escumbi." And like they kept talking about what the fuck is Escumbi. And this shit was not. I was not involved with Escumbi, but they've plagued the underground. Like our specific circle, it's spread. It's spread to Dorian. Dorian be talking about Escumbi now. Fucking Walkstar Charlotte be talking about Escumbi. We got Azul talk about. Actually, I don't know if he talk about Escumbi, but literally everybody in our circle, everybody in Planet Zero know about Escumbi. Everybody around Planet Zero know about Escumbi, and it's just complete brain rot. Any little animal that's like a rodent is Escumbi, and we got they got other little characters that they made. Like it's essentially just another way of saying Scooby Doo, but it just doesn't make sense. It's not funny. It's not funny.
No, I saw
I
there was an
hate.
Escumbi song that I saw also.
There's an Escumbi
There's an
song.
Escumbi song.
Who made an Escumbi song?
It's on like Departed's like alt SoundCloud from like 6 months ago, so it's like been a thing, I guess.
How do you know about Escumbi? Why are you nardwaring me right now? Like this is fucked up. I didn't even know there was an Escumbi song, bro. Escumbi is, please, if you're watching this, please do not spread any more word about Escumbi. We don't need this. Okay, we don't need Escumbi. We don't need Escrabidu. Uh, we don't need Danny Slays, Federico. We don't need none of that. That's the other characters. I'm telling you, Departed is CEO of Brain Rot. Don't let that motherfucker talk to you ever. Just walk away if he come up to you.
No, I know. I think Azul said it when I did his in-person interview at the show. But like, weren't y'all like hissing at each other like at a restaurant or something too?
All right. All that shit that I was talking about Departed, I be on the same shit. I can't lie. I think we were at a. Did he mention it was a Chinese restaurant?
It was like something like somewhere more formal, like you mentioned that.
We were at this like Chinese restaurant Montreal, I believe. Literally everybody that was on the tour was there, plus Enzo, if you know them.
Mm-hmm.
And Nick's sitting across from me. And me and Nick are those type of friends. Nick is departed, by the way. Um, we're the type of friends like that, like they look at each other and they start laughing because they already know some bullshit. Like, do you know what I'm talking about?
Mm-hmm.
Like, I don't know. I'm a goofball. I ain't gonna lie. If I'm outside with my homie and we like, I could not be like a pranker because I laugh constantly. Like so when I'm looking at the party and this happens every time we eat out at a restaurant together. Like the waitress come in and we're trying to order food and we're like just looking at each other. Like I have to look away from them because we're gonna start laughing for no reason. We just start doing it, and the same thing happened with a zoo. But essentially, this is where I start doing my la. I'm like looking at the party and I'm like, and the whole table was quiet, by the way. So I'm like, and the party does it back. And we keep doing it until we start laughing. And then everybody else in the table is laughing while this lady is trying to order food or like get our food. It was a mess. It was a mess trying to like eat with everybody. We was all just hissing at each other. It was just me and the party really. Like
Mm-hmm.
Azul would be driving and I would sit behind them and I would go up to them and be like and I would make the party like laugh like a baby for no reason. Just because it was so funny that I would go and then he would do it too, and we would do it back and forth.
Oh, yeah, how was that? Just being in the van too, because that was like so many hours of driving, like between all the shows.
I think it was probably a traumatic experience because I don't remember any of it.
I mean, it was also very
Uh,
like repetitive. I'm assuming, so like that makes sense.
it was so long. I've never had my shoes on for that long, for that many hours of a period. Like just sitting down with my shoes on, uncomfortable. It wasn't uncomfortable, but it wasn't amazing.
Mm-hmm.
It's long car rides. I think the worst ones was like going from Richmond to Atlanta, then right after that show, going all the way down to fucking Miami. That was like 10-hour drive, one day, 10-hour drive.
Mm-hmm.
And the one to Miami was more like 13 hours because that one was like traffic was involved, rest stops, like crazy shit. I thought we would never get to Miami. That shit was crazy. But very good outro to the tour, I will say.
For the actually performing itself though, because I think you were probably the most experienced like out of everyone there in terms of like performances, right?
Yeah. Well, damn, was I? Because I know that Yamamaya's performed like once before that, maybe twice. Uh, Azul performed like maybe 4 times before that. I want to say 5, maybe. Uh, I performed like 7 times before the tour. In general, like I think it's either gonna be me or Departed, but the part is a different case, I guess. Actually, I don't know. I wouldn't say that I had the most experience, but I'm definitely up there.
Yeah, like were there any favorite like I guess like crowd moments like from the show, like a reaction to like a song that like made you like feel really good while you were doing it or something?
It has to be New York again. It was either AA or performing. If you're familiar with "I Need a Fix," I Am Sober.
Mm-hmm.
I performed that song in New York for the first time on the tour. I haven't performed that song in other spots. I was really looking forward to doing that one in New York because mosh pits are hard for me, genuinely, surprisingly. But New York gave me one because, of course, they did. And when "I Need a Fix," I Am Sober, like the beat switch part came on, it's like people knew what to do. Like when that beat came in, it's like boom, boom, boom. Like I was like, there was certain points where I'm like, I'm not moving in the stage because I'm like, damn, these motherfuckers killing each other. And that's probably my favorite. I like that part more than doing AA.
Mm-hmm.
Even though AA in Atlanta was also fucking crazy. Like absolutely insane. But yeah, it has to be doing "I Need to Fix," I Am Sober live. I can't wait to do that more if I can.
Yeah, I had a bruise after that show, so like y'all did something right.
Yeah.
Although I think it was from the creation story set though, because like I think it was during Genesis when the whole crowd was like rushing from both sides. Like that appeared like hurt to be in, even though it's really fun.
I I remember being so fucking exhausted like during that set, because they go dumb. They go dumb, bro. It's crazy. I think they always have like the hardest sets throughout the tour. Like they were
Mm-hmm.
always just fucking coming out with this energy that I didn't even. I don't know how they do it. Like I think they signed a deal with the devil or something.
Especially because you're
'Cause
Azul was driving the whole time too. Like that's like inhuman levels of like.
that motherfucker, yo, watch out for him. I know he got the pentagrams in the backyard with the dead animals. He be making some deals, man. Nah, I'm just playing. But yeah, they're Azul's a crazy like when it comes to their work, like they got this different beast in them. Like I really don't know how they do it. I wouldn't have been able to done that.
Mm-hmm.
But I'm so proud of them nonetheless. I remember I started crying during their Pittsburgh set. Like it was kind of embarrassing, but like I'm about to cry after I was talking about it right now. Like I was dead ass shedding like real tears, like auntie tears, like looking at Yamamaya and just seeing how the whole crowd was just going like so nuts. Like they were like I was just so proud, really. Like
Mm-hmm.
I was full of pride for my homies in that moment. And then I think from Pittsburgh, that was like the second show of the tour. From that show, I was like, we have something very special and important here. And Autumn and Saturn were just watching me cry. I was like, no, bro, it was so crazy. That was beautiful though.
You know, I did that on my friend's show too, so I get it. Just knowing how much work was put in to get to that moment to do that is just so special.
Yeah, it's crazy, bro. Like I really was crying, and I
Mm-hmm.
cried multiple times during that tour. Like it was beautiful.
Oh yeah, and I was told to mention Bucky's. Also, I don't know what the context is, but I was told to ask about Bucky's.
Yo, ooh, it was departed, bro. Oh, bro, okay. So you know how I told you how Escumbi is like also a rodent sometimes?
Uh-huh.
The official mascot for Escumbi conveniently is the Bucky's beaver. So every time they see Bucky's and my boy Tudomo got the little hand puppet of Escumbi. I mean Bucky's. Um and every time they see it, they're just like, "Hey guys, it's Escumbi," and everybody just keeps talking about how Bucky's is Escumbi. We walked in Bucky's, and I have videos on my phone from like just pointing at things. I'm like, "Oh shit, Escumbi shirts, Escumbi this, Escumbi that." Yeah,
Do you fuck with Bucky's
it's
though? Because like that's like a Texas pride thing. Like that's like you
really,
gotta go to Bucky's if you pass it in Texas. If you're on like a
really.
long night
I
drive or
didn't.
something.
That was my first time in a Bucky's, and it was in Florida, ironically. Well, not really. That seems fitting. uh, but I was in that Bucky's, bro. Y'all have some good cookies. I like the cookies there, and I got the milk too, bitch.
Also, they have like really clean bathrooms. Like that's always the thing with Bucky's. I don't know why.
Really? I didn't go in the bathrooms. It didn't feel like a place that would have a clean bathroom.
No, it's really clean for some reason. Like no matter when you go.
Really? But yeah, they call Bucky's at Scoobies we're over here.
I might have to pass the message along.
Bro, I will be so mad if Escumbi starts picking up after this interview. I really don't want it to. It's like a guilty pleasure of mine talking about Escumbi with Departed and like all my other friends.
Mm-hmm.
This they've really set me up right now, making you mention Escumbi. Anywho, yeah.
Yeah. So getting to see you and Tropes perform live was really cool experience, especially after like how much y'all's music has become a part of my life. Like I have very vivid memories of like listening to like Disorient when it came out, like on the way to school, like every day. Like that was like how I woke up in the morning was to Disorient, or like I was listening to Dead Already, like when I was like moving into my college dorm, like on the drive there, like that was part of that. And then I listened to like this is more like the plug era that you were having, but like Lowe's and like Mexico. I was listening to like those to like do my homework in high school and stuff. So like your music has
That's
been like
crazy.
very ingrained in my life, I would say. But I'm sure that you also have artists that are like pretty integral to like your life that have kind of like soundtracked it in a way, or like you associate periods of your life like with those artists' music. So like, I guess just what are some times of your life that you associate with like certain artists? You know, you like listen to them a lot during that period of time.
Oh shit. Okay, so I wouldn't say. I want to say like maybe 2018, 2019 was like fuck it or like 2Ks. I used to
Mm-hmm.
listen to fuck it. I used to listen to a lot of fuck it. I was taking a lot of pride in like just like South Florida artists and shit. He was from Miami, and I didn't have like an auto tune ear. Like I didn't have an ear for auto tune rap yet. Actually, around that time I did. So maybe I was listening like way before. But I want to say like maybe like 2017, 2018 was fuck it. 2018, 2019, I got into Blade. That was pretty integral.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess that's another one of those artists that inspired me. I did autotune because of Blade. I didn't think I sounded good with autotune before. Uh 2019 was also like, I don't know. I can't really name it off the top of my head. But 2020, you had shit. The underground at the time, probably. It was a mixture of things. I really can't remember anything until I got like 2021 was like a wild year for me.
Mm-hmm.
I was very into him. I think at a certain point, maybe 2020 was like Funeral. I was a big Funeral fan too. And that's like my friend now. Well, like he became my friend like after I was listening to him, so it was so weird. But yeah, like that was like a big time like of my life is just listening to Funeral. I was really enjoying his like melodies and like beats.
Mm-hmm.
Fucking crazy. I also had a really big like evil horrorcore phase because I was listening to a bunch of like grimy ass shit, and on top of that grime, and so I was just like really liking like lyrics that were just about like really killing people, bro. Like really like that shit was hard. So you could hear all of that into my music during those times. I think 2022 I found Squills again probably because I hope I'm not remembering the date wrong, but 2022 if I'm not mistaken is when Fast Tracks 3 came out,
Yeah.
and I found Squills again. I'm like, this is him. And I didn't know that he was rapping, or I didn't know that he was like rapping for real like this. 2022 he dropped Fast Tracks 3, and I fell in love with this track called Numbers Game. Really good. I went and just deep the whole discog after that, and I've been strong since. But I don't know. There's always like that one artist that's like at the top of my list for each year, and you could hear it, but it's hard to really because I'm always moving forward. I don't really like reflect on these things, you know. I kind of just take everything with me and keep it until like, you know, some shit is slipping out or something. I don't know, but
Mm-hmm.
I keep everything with me and move forward with it, you know.
Yeah. I think like since For Real dropped, it's been like a 454 year for me, like every year, like since that tape came out.
For real, that is a really hard tape, bro. Like, hey, bro, I'm probably fake. Like when I was there when Fast Tracks 3 came out, but I was there. Like I was not there for the previous EPs because I did not know Squills had a 454 like name, or like I didn't know that the Squills was 454. I really didn't keep up with them like after like 2019, 2020. I just kind of like it kind of just left my mind for a bit. It's the same way. Are you familiar with this EDM artist? I call her 3 Deep, but I know that's wrong. But it's like
I don't think so. Yeah, no.
3L3D3P, whatever. I swear to God, I was there when that girl had like 2 songs. I disappeared from her. Like I just stopped listening to her for like 2 years. I came back. She got so much music out, and like that's how I felt when I found 454. I was like, whoa, this is crazy. You was making YouTube beats. Yeah, it's crazy. I also got into Mike around that time too. It was just all coming to me. Like it was like getting older and finding really cool music. You know, it was awesome.
Yeah, I always have like a lot for like each month even. Like when I was doing Departed's interview last year, like he was all I was listening to for like a good like 2 months, like before and
Departed.
after. Yeah, like
Departed is a
his
crazy
solo stuff is
artist.
so good.
Yes, bro. He has this shit. One of my favorite tapes. I forgot the name, but it has a song on it called like Arepa Mix.
I'm trying to think. I don't think it's like because I listen to Route 88 the most, but I don't think it's on that one.
Route 88. I know which one you're talking about. I'm pulling up Departed Spotify.
I'm doing the same thing right now.
If he took it down, I'm gonna be mad. He did. Yo, you don't even know what I'm talking about. You don't even know it's because he took it down, bro. I've been there, bro. SMH. Anyways.
But yeah, I think just like I wish for me, like different people in the scene always inspire me. I go back to their stuff a lot, and I think I go back to it more just because it feels like I guess like closer, if that makes sense. Like it's something I could be doing, almost with my own music.
Yeah, that makes sense.
So it's I don't know. That's always like been a big part of my own life in terms of like what I listen to.
Hell yeah.
Moving on. So while you and Tropes were able to tour, essentially live together for like 2 weeks this summer, you guys actually don't see each other that often because you live on opposite sides of the country. That's not to say that
Yep.
it never happens though, as I know in a previous interview y'all said that like y'all meet up at least like once a year to like make music and just like generally hang out. And
Yeah.
having gotten to meet up with friends that I've met online a few times now, I think the friendships that you make through the internet are like so special because it's brought together by like similar like interests and like passions that like people in your media area might not always have, which makes it even more surreal when you do get to like meet up and just like see the person but also just talk about all the stuff that you normally like can't talk about with like other people you know IRL. So I guess I was wondering like what are some of your favorite memories from like those meetups that you've had with him over the years?
There's so fucking many, dude. That is my best friend. I really love them. So some of my favorite ones is when I go to their hometown in the Bay. We literally do nothing but just live the most unemployed 2 weeks of our lives. Like we will just sit down in the crib, make music, smoke weed, just run through TV show episodes of our favorite shows and just bum it out. Get food when we're hungry, come back, do the same shit. And then yeah, we be vlogging too, but that's a secret. I think my favorite memory was back when I didn't drive, because I didn't drive until like I was literally like 19. But they used to drive me around. I used to be passenger princess. That motherfucker would just drive, and I would be rolling down the window. You could flame me for this. I would roll down the window and we would scream at people. It was so stupid. We were like, this was like 2, 3 years ago. It's not even like we're much more grown from that, but we talk about it all the time. We're like, why were we doing that? Like, we would literally run on the window and like would drive by someone at like 90 miles per hour. Ah! Like that person probably heard like, ah! Like you know what I'm saying? Like they probably didn't even register what just happened, and that's why it was so funny to us. But yeah, it was shit like that. And I think it's a cycle of violence because we didn't start doing that up until like we first, literally my first day there. They wanted me to try this place called Dave's Hot Chickens. I hate it, by the way. Fucking sucked. They wanted me to try that though. And there was a Five Guys conveniently right next to it. And and this kid that was in a Mustang on the passenger seat with the windows down, it was turned off. Like some dude left their son in a hot car. He's like sitting in the seat, and we're just looking down, trying to look away from the sun. And we're trying to go into this Days of Hot Chicken, and this kid's like really loud, and we're like, me and Alex both jump. TR is Alex. We both jump, and I'm like, and we're walking away, and the last thing I see this kid do is after he goes, rah, he goes, ha, ha, ha. And this kid's like 9 years old, by the way. And I'm walking away and we're laughing. We're like, what the fuck? Why'd he do that? Like, what the fuck you? And me and Alex literally talked about it the whole time while we were at that Dave's. We were like, bro, what is that kid doing? Like, why did he do that? And lo and behold, like we got in back in the car and I did the same fucking shit. I rolled down my window, I went rah to people just driving by. I just kept doing it, rah, rah. And then now, like, we don't do it anymore, but people do it to us now. We're walking in the street. We were in just various times in the tour. People would see us on the road, and not that they recognize us, but you know, when people see emo people and like alternative dressed people, and they love to get their attention somehow. It's just this thing that happens, especially in Florida. These motherfuckers would drive by and be like, ah, or be like, opium, or you're gay, just something like that. Like they love just shouting things, and I'm like, me and Alex talked about it during the tour. And we're like, this is payback because we were screaming at people. So I guess that's my favorite moment. Just the honestly, the can't turn back now. If you know that first
Yeah.
Bang Method album, the 9 track tape, that trip was my favorite trip with Alex because it was just us. And no shade to like all of our other friends. We love spending time with them, but I haven't had like one on one like me and TR hanging out since that tape, and that's my favorite time to spend with them for real.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and like with like the bank method stuff, like is most of it made like in person now, you would say?
Yeah, we try to at least. Like, if we're ever not working in person, it's because we started something in person and then we finished it on over the like computers type shit.
Mm-hmm.
But we always try to like work on things in person, and it gets to the point where it's like I don't ever work with like it got to the point I don't work with people just online anymore for real. Like not the same way. I don't send opens to people. I always try to lock in with somebody on some real life shit. Or like if it's like I have an open, now I get to get one of my roommates to hop on it
Mm-hmm.
because both of them can rap. So it's just like damn. I kind of miss sending people opens and shit like that. But like the bang method shit really changed the game for us because we really just love doing it that way. It's so much more fun.
Plus, like you don't have to like wait and hope they hit the open either. Like you just know they're doing it because you can see it.
Yeah, it's so much more fun. Like I don't know how much you know about the process, but we be doing shit like they'll be rapping and then like give me a bar, and I'll be like, boom, I'll give them a bar, I'll give them a word to rhyme, and it's like we ghostwrite it for each other the whole time.
Mm-hmm.
Like I'll essentially tell them shit to say for their verse, and then while I'm recording, I'm like, tell me something to say, and we're just exchanging bars to each other, and we're just like, it's just such a like, I don't know, we could make a great writers room.
No, I think it shows though, because like I don't think you can make a song like Shazam this shit like over the internet, especially with, like how much you switch off on. Like that would be so annoying to like figure out how to do.
Yeah. We love that shit. I'll be rapping for like something unconventional as fuck, like 7 bars. And I'll be like, all right, get it. Like, just annoying.
Or like I love on like Sad Method because y'all are like rapping like at each other on that one during part of it.
Yeah. That shit was hard. We did that in a studio. It was fire.
I was also curious like how was like meeting up for the first time because that was in like 2019 I think, right?
God, how do you know that? I think I did meet them for the first time in 2019. Damn, really? That's blowing my mind. Like, that's not far away from me, but like soon that will be 10 years ago.
Yeah,
Or like
I think
something
that
like
was
that.
6 years ago like already, which is crazy to think about.
Yeah, that is a lot of time. Like, wow, that was my first time meeting bro. And I've known them for 10 years. I coming next year, so it's been 9 years, like
Mm-hmm.
since I've known them. So it's kind of crazy.
But was that
Wow.
like I'm assuming they're probably like the first person that you met like online like in person, right?
Yeah, it was kind of like crazy. I never really thought that. I never really thought I would have like online friends. That shit was just wild. I wish I could remember what made me even go all the way to California. I think I really was just like, hey, bro, I trust you. You better not be a pedophile. We were like 14. Life was sweet, bruh. Had nothing to do. So yeah, I saw them, and then I thought I would never would again because of COVID.
Yeah.
So that was pretty crazy.
I'm more used to it now with like the last trip I went on, but like before that, the trips I had, it was so like hard to process almost because you see these people
Yeah,
like in this like scenario so much, it's hard to picture him like right in front of you.
yeah. I think that after that first time that I met them, it was never weird for me again, and it was actually never weird for me to meet people I know from online music shit ever either. Since then, that was like my first time. It was a little awkward, but then I realized it ain't none.
Mm-hmm.
And like every time I saw people after that, I was just like, "You exist. Hello, hello. I know you from Instagram. Hello." Like, you know what I'm saying? Shit, you're crazy.
Yeah, I know. Like when we met, like you like pointed at me, and like, I came over. I think you're like, you do those like interviews, right? I was like, yeah,
Did I say that?
something like that. I know Tropes did the same thing.
I'm not the type of person, like, if I know you, I'm not gonna be like, you're that guy, right? Like, I hate when people do that. I probably
You didn't
told you,
say it
like,
like that, but it was like I think it was like I've seen your interviews or it was something like that. Like we talked like before that about other stuff.
yeah, I knew who you were. I was like, I don't think I said hidden driveway, but I was
Yeah, you
like,
didn't say hidden
in my
driveway.
mind, I'm like, that's the hidden driveway, motherfucker. I knew who you were. I saw you immediately. It's just like I'm really good with faces. I'm
Mm-hmm.
horrible with names. That's my thing. Can't do names.
Yeah, so that was really cool experience. Um, like I said during the intro, I've been listening to you for a good while now, and I've gotten to see you experiment a lot with your sound over the years. Well, I think that your current sound probably started to take form around like when you made Dead Already. I feel like that's kind of when like modern Miami was like created because I feel like that's like you can still that still sounds like you now to an extent, even though it's like
Said that already sounds like that.
I think in terms of when you started to like more fully realize like your sound, I think was around that era. So that was around like late 2023 or so. But one Roots Tears that I think has had a bit of an influence on your most recent project, and you might hate me for bringing this up, I don't know, but like your deleted like 2021 like Patience EP with all like the rock songs, cause like now like you're doing that, but instead of singing on it, like you're sampling it like into rap, which I think is really cool that you're kind of taking something you tried before and now doing it like your way. Oh, I can tell you did not like that I brought that up.
No, I really appreciate that you did because you're right. Like we talked about it essentially earlier. It's just like I tried doing stuff that wasn't hip hop, it wasn't rap, it wasn't trap, and it just wasn't for me. Because even though I love listening to those genres at the time, like I had this thing where it's like all the genres that I listened to, I wanted to make myself.
Mm-hmm.
And I grew up and I was like, that's a little corny. Like, I mean, not corny, but it's just like, bro, I don't know what I'm doing there. You know what I'm saying? So instead of me trying to do something I don't know, why don't I do what I know with influence of what I want to grab? I don't know. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't I'm not I don't shame anybody for experimenting, but I think that when it comes to experimenting, people need to like know how to. I guess for me, in my case, I feel like I did not know how to experiment when I look back on it. I was just trying to do something that I had no knowledge in, I guess if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
Like I had no prior knowledge. I didn't have the the knowledge of like making music on the DAWs and stuff that I do back then. So of course it sounded off, you know what I'm saying? And like it's something that I wouldn't turn down now, but I feel like I'm in a pocket that I'm really enjoying right now and I want to keep expanding that horizon. And yeah, patience is a crazy one that you brought up because I still have that painting. That's the cover art.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it's right there.
Oh,
Wait,
I can kind of see a little bit.
you see it?
Yeah, I forgot that you painted the cover yourself. I didn't remember that.
I didn't paint it. Someone in my high school did it.
Oh, okay.
Oh my god, that was crazy. I just revealed everything. Okay, can you imagine? Like I did that. I put the camera back and like I was just naked. Sorry.
Um, yeah, I also think that like Sic Parvis Magna was so cool though, cause like you were producing like a little bit of like Meow Tube, but like the majority of like this tape like is prod you, which I think is super cool.
Yeah. Thank you. I was so excited. I originally wanted to do Sic Parvis Magna all prod TR, but then I'm like, I'm gonna make it all prod TR and me. But then I'm like, nah, I like hitting my other friends' beats. So I was just like, instead it was like this small group of the same people, like reoccurring producers. It was TR, me, Dorian. Who else was on that
Isn't the
bitch?
Sun Sculptor on there?
Yeah, they were on there, but it was like for one song and it was just like a loop they sent me.
Mm-hmm.
So it was a very good loop though. I think it was a MIDI actually. I don't really remember. They did a lot of other stuff too, but I love working with them. Shout out Sun Sculptor. Um, but I'm trying to remember who else was. I think it was me, TR, Departed, Dorian. Yo, I'm drawing a blank and I feel like an asshole. ASCII was on that bitch. That's it. I can't name more others. I haven't listened to the album in a minute,
Mm-hmm.
but I know that there's more. I know that there's more. But yeah, and sorry, what were you saying about it before I cut you off rudely?
I actually don't remember, but I guess just like how was working on like the album? Because again, I feel like this was a very different approach for you than you usually have like with your projects. You were taking more of like a like taking the reins more with it, I guess, because you were producing it.
I just knew that like 5 to 6 months prior of me working on it, I would told Quinn. I went up to her. We were here in the crib, and I told her I was like, Quinn, I got this idea for a tape because she really inspired me with this tape that she had put out where, or like, not even just tape that she had put out, but she's been inspiring me with like the transitions that she be doing.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like she has really amazing transition work that is slept on as fuck. And I told her that like the way you be doing transitions with like all these hip hop and like soul and like R&B things. I told her that like I want to do like an emo tape, like a emo, like a purely emo tape. But then all of a sudden, it's like you're trying to listen to an emo ass like rock album, and you're getting rudely interrupted by hi hats and 808s and rappers. Like that's how I wanted it to feel, bro. And I think I got what I achieved. I remember telling her that like I had this idea where I'm like, I'm gonna have these samples in this in them, and I'm gonna mix them with the songs that I already sample, or like I'm gonna mix them with the songs where I'm already sampling something that's similar to that. So in Sic Parvis Magna, you got a lot of emo songs that I like to listen to in there, as well as just other songs where I'm sampling other emo songs, or my friends sampled emo song. It's just cool. Like I just really wanted that blend there. Like it was very important to me. Like it has like a hip hop feel where I'm sampling, and it has a trap feel because there's trap beats on all of them. And then it pays kind of like a little bit of a homage to like my emo side that I really enjoy. Or not even purely emo, but also just like the alternative stuff and like some of the indie stuff that I listen to as well. Um,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I don't know. I'm very happy with that project, and I was super excited to talk about that here, but I feel like we've talked about everything else.
Well, I was saving it for this question.
Oh, you good?
Yeah.
Um,
I also feel like this project kind of fixes the issue you were having with your music, where like you're saying it's like sad and emotional, but like people can't really like hear it because of how the beats sound. Like on this one, like it's meant to be like that's like what you get from a lot of the songs.
yeah, I've realized I don't really realize things while I'm making the project up until like I'm about to release it. And by the time I finish it and I was showing it to my friends, because I always show my music to my friends before it drops, just so I can get like some type of feedback, like that if I may need it. And they were all like, "Damn, this is pretty sad." And I'm like I've already like I have other unreleased albums where they have said the same things, but then I'm realizing like, I'm about to drop this one. This is like I realized like, I'm a little vulnerable on this bitch, you know? So I got kind of nervous, but I'm like, fuck it though, because this is my therapy. So,
Mm-hmm.
but yeah, people took it well. I'm really happy that people like executive dysfunction. I don't want to talk too much about that one because that one's so sad, but
Yeah, is
that
that
was
like
an
the most
important
personal
song to me.
song that you've made? Because I feel like it probably is, right?
There are other ones that are not out, but yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Because like I had to read the lyrics. I'm
But
like that one's very clear, like what it's about. Like when you listen to it, like you don't really have to read
clear.
into like yeah.
Yeah, I wanted to just I don't know. I have other songs where I'm like really rapping and I'm really doing like storytelling in traditional sense with the
Mm-hmm.
lyricism. But I'm like, I want to have something like that on Sic Parvis Magna so that I can really lead y'all into that side of me slowly. I also put out a ballad on my YouTube channel
Mm-hmm.
where I was reading, like reciting one
Yeah.
that I wrote.
Yeah, I'm trying to find the song name right now. There was one song that you and Departed have. It's like only on SoundCloud. Yeah, it turns out I don't know shit. Like, I feel like that song could have gone on here too. Like it fits the vibe.
Really?
Yeah.
Well, yeah, that's what I'm saying. Like unreleased songs, like it has a bunch of shit that I've kept back, I've held back because I feel like Future's not ready. But I'm sooner or later, y'all gonna hear more and more vulnerable things coming from me.
Mm-hmm. Are you kind of nervous about that, especially like the idea of like performing that like live?
I mean, bro, people really don't, not that they don't care, but like people don't give a fuck. Like they be, I had so many requests for people to for me to be like performing executive dysfunction on the tour. I'm like, y'all fucking crazy. You don't know that, right? Like y'all are nasty. Like y'all can't do that to people. Can you imagine everybody enjoying the tour and it's me on stage for 4 minutes performing that song? That's fucked up. That's fucked up. I can't do that. Um, but if I do my own tours like in the future, I would love to perform those.
Mm-hmm.
Cause there's nothing I love more than like when you're seeing an artist's concert and you get to just be in this bubble with them of like their vulnerable song. I hate to bring them up. I really do. But that most legendary moment where like Kanye West performs that one song with the ding, like you know
Oh,
what I'm talking
Runaway.
about. Yeah, Runaway. I forgot it because I don't listen to them anymore.
Mm-hmm, me
But
neither.
he played one fucking note and everybody went crazy. And for that, I think that shit took like 17 minutes to really get through because he kept just that. I can't lie. I don't support him, but that was a crazy moment. And if not, if I could have that, but like, if people could just have that with an artist, that's beautiful. So I would love to perform songs like my vulnerable songs in the future
Mm-hmm.
because that's really just beautiful to me.
Yeah. Also, this is just like a funny coincidence. Like I was like shocked when listening to the album, but the guy that does all of my thumbnails for this channel, like he makes music too, and he uses the same tag that you use on that album with like emo samples. Like his
What
beats
you
sound
mean?
like your beats on that project, and it was like freaking me out a little bit. Like I
What
have to,
tag? I have
no,
so
it's
fucking
like
bad
the
knees.
you'll never hold my hand. Like he uses that exact same one with those kinds of samples.
Really?
It's just like a really weird coincidence. I'll put his clip so you can just like see what I'm talking about. But like it's the same. It's the same tag. It's from a year ago.
It's it's like the I'm sure you know the band that I got it from. Well, it's not really like from a band. It's from this girl like on YouTube
Yeah.
that it's a very sad story and it was just like it but like I okay, I knew both sides. Like I was like I know this is from this girl on YouTube, but I also like heard it in this emo song and I'm like this is awesome at the same time. They made a song for her. And so since everything is sampling emo shit, like I wanted to put that because it's technically an emo sample when you really deep it. Like everything's an emo sample
Mm-hmm.
in this project, except for maybe some exceptions. Some songs are just melodies, like purely, but it works. Um the shit that she says in that audio clip really like touched me the first time I heard it. And I was like, damn, I want to have this as like a constant in the tape.
Yeah, I love tapes that do that where the tag is like it's like a central part like of the tape.
Yeah, I was kind of inspired by, strangely enough, into Pimp a Butterfly. He has this poem that he
Yeah.
recites, and it gets longer with each track that goes on. So it's not like something that's like being said longer, but it's still just like this. There's a word for like a motif or a leitmotif. I don't know which one's the one for audio, but yeah, that's essentially why I had it. Just to remind y'all that this shit is sad. Like
Mm-hmm.
this shit bleak.
Okay, there was another line motif I noticed. I don't know if it was intentional either, but on the intro track, it sounds like it does the like the lead from like I hope my brain is pink like on that song.
Well,
Which like I don't
it's
know if it was intentional, but like that was also like a rock like sampled song that like you made, so like it kind of like fits into that.
yeah. I hear what you're saying now. I just started playing them in my head. I hear what you're saying now, but it's not the same sample. It's not that sample.
No, it's not the sample; it's the same melody though.
Same melody.
I think you're doing like the like that's like you do that in that song a lot.
I hear it now. I hear it now. That is a
Yeah.
crazy connection. Okay, that is a crazy connection. But the sample is like how I told you. I was at a show. I voice memoed some shit, and I got it. Like you could hear like in the transition between those two beats. I made them in the same key, but like in the transition, like you could hear me talking on it. I'm like, fuck. I was trying to get that shit. But like I was trying to record that shit because like that was like a I was trying to get something else originally and it ended and like all the people started clapping and cheering like that was like a real thing and I was like fuck. So essentially I right as I'm about to end it, it starts playing they start playing some other shit. I'm like, hold on though, I'm gonna keep recording this. And I sampled that. It's literally taken from my phone and it sounds so good. But I loved it. 21 Intro is an important track for me.
I think it's just a cool tape overall because like I feel like it's your most like complete like project experience. If that makes sense.
Yeah.
Like
I'm thank you. But continue.
like I know you said it's a mixtape, but like I feel like this feels like the album more than like any of your other projects like have in the past.
Really? That's so crazy. Cause I feel like I did that by accident. Like I was trying to make some calm shit for real. This was supposed to be just like the tape because the album's coming and like it was supposed to have all these cool transitions and shit. But I realized like, damn, I low key never done that before on this level. And I kind of just spazzed by accident. Now everyone is like, most people that have talked about this tape said that it set the bar for my shit. And I'm like, that makes me nervous. I hope I didn't peak by accident. Because I have so much shit coming.
Mm-hmm. I think it's just gonna say if it's my favorite or not, but like I think it's a really cool direction to like see that you're going like in that way, like with your future stuff, or maybe you're not in your future stuff because it's like I feel like usually do like a certain sound for like each project, but like that's something that you can do now.
I don't want to disappoint or anything, but I picture this tape more as like a goodbye to the emo shit.
Mm-hmm.
Not like a goodbye, but like, because I won't ever stop working with emo music in my music and working with like emo ideas. At least I don't plan to. But from that moment forward, like all of the music that I've been making in the past 2 years that has been me working on like my melody games or like my melodies games. Like I've really been like getting into like melodical shit. And that's something I've never done. Since a jit, I've been sampling all my life. And I'm getting into this more like hitting beats with melodies and shit lately. So I'm kind of just not saying bye to the chapter of sampling, but like giving it one. It's like big glow because it's not gonna be as powerful if that makes sense. Like
Mm-hmm.
it's not gonna be like how every project. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
I don't know. Like especially
I think
just
I
like
meant
the
it more
emo
like
shit.
the fact that like this is what like your production can like sound like and be for a project is more what I meant.
Yeah. I guess I just like the way I think about making a project is like each one has like a different sound to me,
Mm-hmm.
even if it may not be heard. But I feel like none of my albums really sound the same, or like there's a sound to all of them, if that makes sense. And I feel like this one's specific sound, like I wanted to make sure it was as maximalist as it could because this one specific sound was super cool to me, and I don't know if I'm gonna do it again. So I wanted to just I don't know give it its own thing.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. So admittedly, I did not know what Sic Parvis Magna meant, but after looking it up, I learned that it means greatness from small beginnings, which I feel like is a fitting title because I think as an artist, that phrase especially rings true. Because with art, you're constantly like learning and growing from your past stuff. So I was curious, like, what are things that like you think you've improved a lot on, whether it is like as an artist or just like as a person that you were bad at before that now you think you're pretty good at?
I am way better at socializing. I'm way better at being less angry. I still get angry, but I've learned to control a lot of my tempers and I've learned to control a lot of my, I guess, like making my problems like the world's problems and like Instagram's problems and shit like that. I used to be a crash out, bro. So I'm glad I'm learning how to like fully channel all of my emotions into my music. That's something I was not able to do back in the day. Like it's a big thing on why I don't even like listening to a lot of my older music, especially a lot of the ones that you mentioned.
Mm-hmm.
And it's reasons I take them down, it's because of shit like the fact that I was making music and I didn't understand my emotions making the music. And now that I can understand my emotions, man, it's like I don't know, I see clearly more and it makes the music like feel better to make and feel more authentic. You feel me?
Yeah.
I think that's the best thing I've learned.
I think that's important though, because I feel like with the songs that you do make in that style now, like it's way more like honed in like what you're trying to like do and like put across. So
Yeah.
I think if I were to like answer that question, I think with these because like I'm not that great at socializing either. So you think like why would you want to talk to someone you don't know for like over an hour on like a repeated basis? Like that sounds like a terrible idea. But I think doing these has made me like way better at like talking to people, especially because you gotta like prepare and like I don't know. I feel like I've taken like a lot of stuff I learned like from doing these like into my like real life because like I'm not the best like socializer. So I feel like these have helped me a lot.
It be like that, bro. Like I swear I was really like a shy ass person. I was still pretty shy, but like that talking to people shit, I could not do that shit for the life of me. And then my ass decided to be a fucking rapper. Like that shit requires me to talk to
Mm-hmm.
people. Like what was I thinking? And like I locked in though. And I feel like everything with experience can teach you like how to really get used to what you're doing.
Mm-hmm.
Um, you know, and that's I know that's easier said than done, but like, I'm not neurotypical, so like I fucking it took me literally so long to really get comfortable with like talking to people and shit. I probably didn't I probably like locked in the perfect amount of time until right before tour. Like if I was just freshly like going into tour without performing before, I would have shit myself. Like that's another thing, bro. I have stage fright. Like I can't do it. And then I just lock in right as I get up on stage. Like I don't know. Shit crazy.
Yeah, my friend said this to me once, but like there's no room to like be scared once you're up there. Like you have to just do the
No, you
thing.
can't. You gotta lock in or else they're gonna throw tomatoes at you and like airplanes
Exactly.
and shit. Like bro, don't ever think of like freezing up on stage, bro. I'm not gonna say his name, but I had a friend that the first two shows he did, and I was there for both of them. Motherfucker threw up on stage twice. First show and the section. I was like, you can't do that anymore. I got him this gig at the. I was like, do not throw up. Don't throw up. Oh, I just said who they were.
I can just cut that out.
Yeah, yeah, yes. But I told them, do not throw up, and they didn't.
Yeah, and like with the album's title, like why did you want to call it that?
Sic Parvis Magna, greatness from small beginnings, or great change from small beginnings. It's a Latin phrase, one used as a popular quote from this old pirate named Sir Francis Drake, real pirate, and he was known to pull off like the biggest heist in pirate history that no one ever found his treasure. They only found like coins, I think. And this game series, Uncharted, that I'm really fond of, the fourth game of their series, they decided to make it Sir Francis Drake themed, I guess. And literally, my PS4 says Sic Parvis Magna. So it's always been like a thing with me. I've always liked the history of Sir Francis Drake, and then the game was made. I'm like, this is awesome, and it's supposed to represent like, I guess like what I think about a main character or like the hero's journey plot. You know, they kind of just get a call to action, and then the quote makes it sound like how they get started and how it ends. But you
Mm-hmm.
don't think about like the journey in between. So, for one example that I have is Frodo Baggins from The Lord of the Rings. If you look at the cover art, you can tell that he's in the background, and it's very highly edited. But essentially, it's two photos of him, one on the top, one on the bottom. You could some people think it's the same photo, but the first photo is him normal, and the second one is him doing the same pose, but his face is all fucked up. And he had a sick Parvis Magna, bro. His small beginning was living in the Shire. Gandalf pulled up on him, was like, "Yo, you gotta save the world." And he's like, "Damn, for real?" He goes and saves the world. But that whole time, him getting to Mount Doom I don't know if you're familiar with Lord of the Rings, but him getting to Mount Doom fucked him up for life. But he saved the world. So it's like the way I thought about it is just that, I got to a point, my small beginning to now. But the bullshit that I went through to get to from now, even though the change was so great, it's like I wanted to really put focus on the journey in between that, there and back again. You feel me?
Mm-hmm.
Like, it's really just like taking inspiration from Uncharted 4, Lord of the Rings, with that quote. Some of the titles in the track list are like chapters from Uncharted 4, like the Malaysia job. And I just wanted to like really combine these two favorite worlds of mine, one with the track list and like some of the aesthetic and sound effects used, and one in the cover art to showcase, the great change from small beginning, how the journey there fucked him up, but it was great change. It's like sometimes we have great things happen in our life, but the way we got there was fucked up.
Mm-hmm.
And that's essentially like, then I related that part to me in some of the shit that I was talking about throughout the album. And that's where I lie there. That's why I named it that.
Mm-hmm. That's a really cool answer. I feel like that's probably like, I don't know. I feel like this tape was like the most like thought one of your projects has had like going into it. I feel like it gives off like that vibe.
I appreciate it. Yeah, I have more to come with way more thought out things attached to them, but we're not there yet.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, moving on. So in every interview, I have a segment where I play rock paper scissors with the artist that I have on, and I feel like your chances aren't looking great because every PlanetZero person that I've done with, which would be Mason Infinity, Departed, Baby's Away, anyone might have all lost. None of them have won. So
You're lying, bro.
they all lost. They all lost, but we'll see. So I was wondering if you wanted to play rock paper scissors. That's 2 out of 3.
Bro, run it, pussy. All right, well, you ready?
And you gotta close your eyes because it's like with the camera.
Close my eyes.
Yeah, because like we'll just see what we do when we open our eyes. Because there's the delay when we're
How
both
do I know
like that.
you're not gonna be opening your eyes the whole time?
No, both of us close it. We both close it.
How do I know?
Because you see in the
That
video.
you're gonna be closing it.
You see in the video that's closed.
And if
why would I show you cheating in the video?
Because who knows, bro? People be fucked up. All right, you ready?
All right, okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. Ooh. Ooh.
I fucking do. I do it. I beat all of them in rock paper scissors. By the way, I'm the GOAT.
It is best 2 out of 3 though, so it's not over yet.
Okay. Let me not knock on wood.
Okay.
Let me chill.
Okay.
I'm just letting you know.
All right.
You entering.
Mm-hmm.
You getting into some smoke.
Okay. Rock, paper, scissors, shoot. That was my bad, dude. My bad.
Wrap it up, bro. I'm telling you, bro. I'm too crazy with it. All right.
That's all I mean, though, because whenever I go into one of these too confident, I always lose every single time. Like, no matter what.
You had me scared for a moment. I won't lie, because I don't lose. I don't really lose. Like, for real. I'm always winning rock, paper, scissors with people. I don't know why. Like, I swear I'm not cheating. But, like, you just seen it.
I saw it, yeah.
Y'all saw it in 1080p. Like, I did that shit. All right.
I think that would make you, like, one of the all-time, like, best people at this, too. Because, like, I have, like, a spreadsheet, like, how everyone does. Like, how many moves it takes them to win. And, like, you didn't lose at all. And there was no ties. So, like, that put you, like, all the way up there.
Hey. All right. Continue.
So, yeah, that's all you. Moving on, though. So, one thing that I've always really appreciated, and we've been talking throughout this interview, actually, is that you're so open to experiment. Whether it's with your delivery, which can range from, like, really low and, like, aggressive and stuff like K, like, yeah, to, like, faster and higher pitch stuff on stuff like Next Week. As well as the wide variety of, like, production you hop on because you have such, like, a large list of, like, collaborators that you've worked with over the years. So, I guess just, like, what's some stuff that you'd want to try out that you haven't yet?
Wow. That's a stunning. It stunned me, that question, because I feel like I always know, and then I just got asked this, and I'm like, whoa. Do I know? I mean, there's certain production styles that I've been hearing where I'm like, I want to do something like that for like Meow 3. Okay, the reason why I say that is because I'm a very project based artist.
Mm-hmm.
Meow is like the tape I feel like where I ironically get to experiment most. Like I feel like even though if Meow 2 is probably like a whatever project to you, that tape wouldn't have happened if it wasn't or Sic Parvis Magna wouldn't have happened if it wasn't for Meow 2. You know what I'm saying? Because it had to have me making the beats that I was hitting for me to figure out how I want to make songs where I hit the beats sound. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
Meow 2 had like a lot of like girly cadences that I was trying out. Had a lot of mixing choices I was trying out. Just like and on top of that, I was hitting like but I was also I also used Meow 2 as or the Meow series as an excuse to like get a bunch of different prods on different things because like I feel like most of my projects be like I'm getting beats from like the same either one, two, or three people. In Sick Powers Magna case, it was probably like five, and like four being the consistent. Like I feel like when I make Meow 3, I wanted to just be another thing where it's like I'm gonna have songs like how Skinny Betty was. Like I don't hit beats like that, but it was like super cool and fun, and I just want to like really get a whole bunch of different prods and it's in my head like the type of styles that I want to hear or that I want to do, and I know who can do it, so I
Mm-hmm.
already have it in my head. But there's no, I have not worked on Meow 3 yet at all, and I don't know when I will be because I'm working on other things. But yeah, I guess to give you a much more forward answer, Grime. I want to make Grime beats or a rap on some.
Yeah, because I saw you talking about, and I think like the last interview you did, or maybe it's the one before that. It was the one where it was like the one with the really shitty audio quality, where there's like no camera on. But
You
like,
saw that one.
yeah, but y'all talk. I don't even know how that guy exists because he has like you Quinn and like Tech Winto, and he has like 60 subs. Like that's so crazy to me.
Yeah, he just like asked me, and then he after that interview, and he put me onto some excellent grime tracks. So that guy was
Yeah, he
goaded.
was
Shout
excited
out
when you
him.
said you like Grime. He got really excited during that.
I was really fucking with it. I was just like, I have some songs that I've been listening to. I've been going on Grimes tapes and just YouTube and all this shit where I can find like it's really just be. 'Cause I think another a reason I really fuck with Grime is because it's like it remind me of the shit I was on in middle school where like I'll be at the lunch table with my friends and we would just be like rapping. Even if there's no beat, we'll be rapping and we'll be flowing. Even if we weren't talking about shit, like we would just be flowing. And like the grime scene, especially like older videos and like it's just like these videos of like crowded like shoulder to shoulder rooms, but there's like some dude with like a deck, and then some dude that comes in with a mic and he is screaming and he is just rapping, and they all are in sync. They are all like when he says something, they're all gonna know how to ad lib it. They're all gonna know how to jump from that. They're like very locked in, and I just love that. It really reminded me of like how I was with some of my friends, some of my old friends in middle school when we was rapping.
Mm-hmm.
It was just, it was cool. And we were nowhere near that good, but you know, it gives me the same feeling of like I would love to be in a room like that. I would love to rap with them. You know what I'm saying? I would love to just like, I love that energy. I love freestyling. I love it. Like it's so good. Even if they're not even freestyling, they're still there performing, not even for a crowd. This isn't a show. This is an event. This is people who love music and are rapping together over like crazy beats, like crazy beats. Like that is just that's what it's all about. For real. That to me is why I do music.
That'd be so cool though, because like there's no one else like, at least in the US, that's like doing that really. Like that's a very UK based like genre. So
Yeah, and I'm very like trying to really cool how I do it if I do it. Cause you know, I really hate how some scenes and some things that the US be just like on the low colonizing from other countries and stuff like that. Or not, maybe colonizing is not the right word, but just like I want to do it in a way that I could be at peace with myself that I am not making someone's culture like offending them in any type of way. Like I know what to do, right? But it's just like it's how you do it and how other people will follow. You know, you gotta really think. I don't know. It's a big thing that I think about,
Mm-hmm.
but you know, I don't like people that just be like, "Oh, this this subgenre from a different country, I'm gonna do it," and then like everybody around them is like, "Yeah, let's tap in," and then but they're not really like understanding where it's coming from, why they're doing it. It
Mm-hmm.
just sounds hard, and they're like, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, cause like, what do you think
I,
about like drill? Cause I was like Chicago drill, and then went to the UK, and then we took it back, and it's like so like watered down now. It's just like what it is. Like,
I actually have very strong opinions on drill scenes. It might not be popular, I'm not sure, but I feel like every single state or every region that has like a grasp on trap music deserves its own drill, deserves its own subgenre of drill, some type of drill sound, because it's all so fucking cool.
mm-hmm.
I don't think anything regarding drill is overly offensive when it comes to like who did it first, because they all are, in my opinion, pretty different from each other, and they all have pretty interesting sounds that we could all take inspiration and learn from. Chicago drill does not sound like New York drill to me. Okay, like it don't. And I don't think it sounds like the UK. I think New York drill and UK drill are the only ones that are like somewhat similar. But what separates them is some of them 808 powders. I think
Mm-hmm.
that
Yeah.
Surf Gang really turned NY drill into something different.
Mm-hmm.
Gianni's production was a very nice, like almost cloud rap style to it, and especially with just like it is only with like the sounds that they used. You know, the type of hats that they would use, the type of snares they would use, the type of bounces that they would do, as opposed to the UK and stereotypical NY drill beats. You know what I'm saying? But then you got fast drills. You know what I'm saying? Like if you think about like that Florida fast music, like that's technically drill, and so is Detroit drill, and Milwaukee like drill music, except that when it has a claps. Okay, some of the Milwaukee beats are really just Detroit beats with claps. Like it's crazy when you deep it, but it be happening. Like I don't know, and I wouldn't call the Milwaukee clap beats like a drill, like a type of drill subgenre, whatever the fuck. I call it just a drill. Like this probably sounds stupid to other people, but like that like Flint, Michigan drill, that Detroit drill shit, all that fast shit.
Mm-hmm.
Milwaukee is just that take is taking that inspiration and then just like you know what I'm saying. I'm not saying Milwaukee took that from them to make their own sound, but it's all shared collectively. Like it's pretty interesting. And then
Mm-hmm.
you know you ATL drill, that's the thing. And you got Florida drill. They're kind of similar. They're like cousins.
There's like crank
Like
and
they
stuff
all have
too.
yeah, exactly. Like or I guess ATL trap is what they call it. I literally this is just a me thing. Maybe it's a bad habit and maybe it's uncultured. But I call things drills. Like I just like it. I think it's a nice I think names giving things names in general is just like way more personal nowadays. People make shit up like all the time, and it's just like it's up to you whether you take them to face at face value or not. You know what I'm saying? Like I don't even agree with subgenres, so I just be like naming shit. I just be like that Florida drill shit or like that fast drill shit. There's a fast drill, slow drill, whatever the fuck. Just that drill shit. I mean, I grew up talking like that, so
Mm-hmm.
um maybe I'm fucked up, but yeah, I get a little embarrassed every time I do an interview and I talk about music and I nerd out this way because I realize I don't do this in front of people that's not my friends, for real.
I mean, that's real though. Like
Um,
that's like I don't know. That shows you're really in it for the love of the music though.
I hope that people see it that way, man.
I guess speaking on the music, because like your name is Heartstop Miami, right? But you mentioned earlier you're no longer in Miami now. You're in Atlanta. So I was kind of curious, like I guess what your decision was for like moving away from Miami, and I guess just how it's been like now that you're like away from home, away from where you've kind of like
So
built everything up to this point.
I left Miami for two reasons: my independence and South Florida scene is cooked, it's dead. it's very unfortunate. We haven't had our foot in the in anything, the underground, just like media for real, and literally until like 9 years ago. That's when we had it. It was like when we had X, we had Ski, we had Lil Pump, Smoke Perp, Lil Peep. We had all of members only. We had Rob Banks. We had all the Broward, Kodak. Bro, we had so many artists coming up, and then they blew the fuck up, and it was like, oh shit, Florida got put on, but they all left Florida, and everyone kind of leaves Florida. And for a while, I was like, I don't want to be that person. I want to stay in Florida. And I'm just realizing I know why they leave Florida, bro, because it's just like these venues don't really give a shit about the art. They don't give a shit about black art. They don't give a shit about really rap for real. It just be venues doing DJ events, and it's the same DJs playing, and it's the same type of club music playing. It's not anything special anymore. It's just the same shit, and it has been like that since way too long. And on top of that, after some time has passed since 2016, a lot of people in South Florida that threw rap shows were only doing trap metal events. And it was like 2022, 2023, and we were still doing
Yeah,
trap
that's
metal.
way too late.
I'm like, what the fuck is going on? And then you want to know what happens in 2024, 2023? They finally let trap metal go. But you know what they grabbed on to? Rage.
Bro, oh my god.
I can't make this up. And I'm seeing all this shit happen in front of me. I'm like, bro, this is crazy. And then it gets to a certain point where now the only people throwing shows, rap shows, are people that are not from Miami. Underground rap shows, we're having artists that are not from Miami or anywhere in South Florida just pull up and do underground rap shows in Miami. Because Miami, my mom said it the best to me. She told me, look, get the fuck out of Florida, blow up somewhere else. Once you're blown up, then Miami will have love for you. But they won't have love for you right now. And it just kind of like goes to show. It's just like, it sucked to leave because I really planned to be there like all my life type shit. But it's dead. And the people don't care. And the venues don't care. And that's the two like things needed for a scene to thrive. And that's why I really respect other scenes in other cities for really caring about the music, the rap music. Because I swear to God, no exaggeration. In 2024, I had a show in Montreal. Week after, I had a show in Miami. So I came back and we did that underground show. Since then, the only other rap event with Florida artists type shit like that. Actually, not even. The only other rap event was one with Xavier and then our stop of the tour. And those were like months apart from each other. And I was like, bro, it's been a whole year. It's just been raves. So I left in March. Dorian had a spot for me in a crib. And I moved in with Dorian. And I don't regret it at all. I think we've been making some pretty good music. I'm still in the South, so I still feel at home.
Hmm. And you're
Um,
not that far either, like from Florida, so
yeah, I learned so many things out here that like I didn't realize that most of my favorite artists were from Atlanta. Like I did not know. And it's just crazy. And I didn't know how much influence that Atlanta artists had on my music. So it was just really cool to know that. And Dorian said the same thing about people from Florida. So it was cool. And yeah, that's essentially why I left Miami. I maybe I'll come back one day, but I'm really trying to push my music out in a scene that kind of like will help me more. Like it don't even gotta be like I don't even gotta be popping like in Atlanta. I just need to be around more creatives that are in the pocket that I'm in. Cause that's the thing. It's like the only other people that I can find like me in Miami was Walk and Departed. So I'm like, bro, I gotta leave. I'm sorry. But yeah.
it's like a trade-off almost. Cause like you have so many friends there, but I know like Quinn is here, like Dorian too, like so many other people. So it's like,
Yeah, you kind of just have to ratio it up. Like see what's better for me. Think about how I can help others as well.
Mm-hmm.
Because, it's like three people trying to carry a building. When it was like when I was in Miami. Now I got more help. So, yeah.
Yeah. And do you think living with Dorian has made you take music not more seriously because like you always did, but just like make it seem more like real? Because like Dorian is like always like on tour and stuff, so it's like this is like their life.
If anything, it made me take music less serious. All we do is fuck around. We just make beats and we're like smoking and we're like laughing. But it's serious, yes.
Mm-hmm.
But like the fun has like expanded so much. Like I don't know. I think some of the sounds that we have together, they've been unseen. No one has seen anything that we've been cooking for the past 5 months, but it's been crazy. And yeah, I guess I could say I took music more serious being out here, but I'll say that with as much as I can be like, just moving and being an adult, like makes it more serious, I guess. So yeah, definitely. Like music is still my main passion, but it's becoming less of a hobby every day, if that makes sense.
Mm-hmm.
It's really like what I'm trying to do. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying? I'm really trying to lock this shit in. And I think I've been doing a good job. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean, especially because your roommate like also makes music. It's like part of your world now, rather than just like a thing that you do. If that makes sense, like you're surrounded by it at all times now.
Yeah. They always be gone though. They always on
Mm-hmm.
tour. I be
Yeah,
missing, bro. But this time I left. Yeah.
but now you're both back for the time being.
Yeah. They're about to leave again.
Yeah, and then the last like proper question that I had here. So I mentioned towards the start of the interview that I initially found you through Planet Zero, but for a long time, Planet Zero was actually a very brief part of your career because it was only around from 2020 to 2021. But towards the end of 2024, it was, I want you to picture this scenario, right? It was a cold winter night. I'm walking home to my dorm, and I was like, I want to listen to Queen again on the Planet Zero SoundCloud. So I opened it. I go to my likes, and I saw the cover was white. I thought my phone was bugging because I was like, why is it white? It's never white. That's so weird. So I listened to the song. I get back to my room, and then I go check on my computer to make sure that I like wasn't just like a bug. I saw that not only were all the song covers white, but there was a new logo and a new revamped roster also. And in hindsight, it does make sense because I know when like Black Widow used the Planet Zero tag for the first time in like years, and then you were name dropping Planet Zero a lot on your more recent stuff. So I don't know how much you want to share about it, but like I guess just why did you decide it was time for Planet Zero to like come back? And is there anything you want to share about like what you want to do with it?
Mm. Okay. Summer 2023, probably like spring. Most of Planet Zero, big air quotes. Most of Planet Zero was talking to each other again. We all still talk to each other. But for there was brief period where some of us weren't talking to like Sammy anymore,
Mm-hmm.
and or some of us weren't talking with like the other members.
Yeah.
It was it's not a lot of them, but it's like the friend group's kind of split for a bit. We ain't talked to Kian. We ain't talked to Elliot. We ain't talked to yeah. Uh, but we started talking to. I guess we like earlier that year. Honestly, maybe even late 2022. Somewhere around that time, I got back into contact with Sammy, and we was just all like chatting with each other again. It felt like the old days. Even though it's been changed because we don't have some people.
Mm-hmm.
And then I started just talking with Alex privately. I'm like, I miss this. Like, I want to go back to being a collective, or not like a collective. At the time, I was like, I want to go back to being branded with Planet Zero. Like, I miss repping this and being like, this is us, because this is us. Like, there was nothing else I had going on like that. And then we're like, we miss putting these tags in our songs, man. And we would talk about that throughout the summer, me and Alex, and we're like, we gotta go back. We're gonna do it. We're gonna put the tags in it soon. And Sammy was super excited. Mason was excited. We were all like, yeah, let's bring it back. But like in a chill way. We're not gonna be a collective again. We're just gonna brand this. We're just bringing back the branding of it because it was passed down onto us, but we ended it because we didn't know what to do at the time when it first ended. Then of course, Sammy passed away.
Mm-hmm.
Like conveniently right after we made all that that decision. Like me and Alex were talking about it, and then that shit just had to happen, and we were like, oh, and it really fucked with me up. But I try to take it as like a symbol of hope in a way. You know, they're a very positive kid, so I've always tried to remain positive when I think about all of that. And yeah, I just think that that's mainly the reason why I do it. I just want to honor what we had, and yeah, that's all I can really say for now. But there is plans.
Okay.
Sure.
Yeah, I think one thing I like with how you've been branding it now though is that PlanetZero is like an actual like place in y'all songs. Cause like I feel like before you was mentioning like Zero World, but like you're talking about PlanetZero on the songs now. I do think it's funny though how like I feel like all the people that were from like OG PlanetZero are from areas where it's like very hot. So the fact that PlanetZero was like cold to y'all is really funny to me.
Yeah, I've never seen snow in my life. I'm an asshole, dude. But it's kind of like symbolic to me, you know, Planet Zero being this place that like only all of us go to, and it's the cold, and we're so obsessed with like the ice and snow, and just like these very cold winter themes, because it's like we don't have that, but together we could have that. Fuck it.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. It's more a symbolic thing than anything. I remember I was talking to Wasted Youth. He's all like, "What is Planet Zero? Is it like the sun?" I'm like, "Are you saying the sun is a planet?" I'm like, "Nah, but like on some ignorant shit. It's like because Mercury is the first planet, and there's no zero planet. Like there's not a planet zero. It's not a real thing. But like, and y'all where y'all from is like hot, so it could be that." I'm like, damn. We just like it's really just like a mindset for real. Like
Mm-hmm.
the zero just applies to like us. Like we ain't had nobody before that. We had zero beside us. So we are zero world. Like I don't know. It's really just like this place. In my head, it's just like a planet that's a complete tundra full of like snow. And we can access that bitch in our dreams, just like that.
Yeah, I'm just very excited for what y'all gonna do with it. Cause like admittedly, I was like a huge like PlanetZero like fanboy back in the day, so I was like so geek when I saw that y'all were bringing it back.
Yeah, we got some. We got some, don't worry.
Yeah, well, excited to see what the future holds. And as the episode comes to a close, is there anyone you want to give a shout out to just to close out?
Shout out Planet Zero. Shout out TR, Baby Zoo, Yamamaya, Departed, Mason Infinity, Rockstar Shoddy, FearDorian, Quinn, Sun Sculptor, Plus Plus. So Nico, Autumn. Yup. There's more people there, and I'm drawing a blank. I'm sorry.
But they know.
Those-
They know if they know.
They know. I said 1.2. Bleep that name. Shout out 1.2. And last but not least, Mental and Saturn. Y'all have became like that in my heart so quick. Yuli, you're like awesome person, and I can't wait to hang out with you again. And yeah, that's the word.
All right. Well,
That's
shout out all those people. And
And if I didn't mention you, it's cause it's too many people in this fucking world, dude. And I can't remember. Anyways, continue.
yeah, well, shout out all those people. And shout out HEARTSTOP Miami. Thank you so much for doing this. Had a lot of fun. This is definitely a personal favorite interview that I've done. So super cool that we got to make this happen. Um,
Hell yeah.
if you're at the end of this and you like did not know who she was for whatever reason, I'm gonna have all her links in the description. So tap in, cause like that's GOAT. Come on, guys, what are y'all doing? I'll also have like 3 of my favorite songs by her in the playlist that are on Spotify and SoundCloud for Hidden Driveway. So if you want like a quick intro to her work, that'll be there too. And is there anything else you'd like to say?
Something wrong with the pussy? Sorry.
I don't know if there'll be more to that or not. Something's wrong with it.
You don't know what that's from?
No, I thought you were just saying a statement.
Nah, I'm referencing something.
Okay, well, if y'all know, y'all know. I guess I don't know. I don't know. Yeah. I'm Amu. This has been the Hidden Driveway Show. Thank you for watching. Goodbye.